Hi, how are you doing tonight? Tonight I'm going to talk about, even though I've been talking, I didn't hit the go live button, about dreams and the manipulation and how the actors using remote neural monitoring will abuse you while you're sleeping and the like, implant themselves in there, creating scenarios that aren't really dreams. Okay, these aren't really dreams. The reason I say this is because um, an actual dream, in your actual dream state, your REM sleep, or the dream state, most people do not remember a lot of their dreams because you know, they go away. The senses of them go away. You don't really remember them like it's a movie. Well, these manipulations that they perform via remote neural monitoring using your visual cortex and your memory centers and your auditory centers and your nervous system, like a movie, are implanted. Um, now, as you might understand it, this is for people that are experiencing V2K and remote neural monitoring. I am aware that not all targeted individuals experience V2K or remote neural monitoring. You get some of the other aspects, such as the following, the directed conversations, the harassment, the hacking, the other things. These are precursors to in your targeting. I will, in effect, warn you that even if you've been experiencing these for years or months, whatever, if you haven't experienced V2K or remote neural monitoring yet, you have a rude awakening coming. Um, because the reality is they're already remote neural monitoring you. They have the power to turn V2K on and off. They only use it when you are, in a sense, a threat to them, or they step up their targeting of you. Now, as far as the topic, as you are sitting here, sitting wherever you are, and this is for the targets that understand V2K and RNM. If you're, say, watching television, or you're watching a YouTube program, or playing a bit, whatever it is you're doing in the evening, preparing yourself for going to bed, or laying down, wherever it is that you go down and lay down for the evening, for the night to sleep. In general, in my case, they've been pretty quiet lately, not really obnoxious with the V2K and the harassment and the threats, with respect to previous years, months. But in the short time it is between when you decide to go lay down and you start to turn televisions off, or you're getting ready for bed, they become more obnoxious in those minutes. And in my case, the moment you go lay down, the screaming starts, the harassment, they'll make up still, they'll come off with something that you did, that they say you did to whoever they're talking to start, harassing you and screaming at you and, you know, presenting their spiel or their showtime for their listeners, viewers, whoever. And this is generally, in my case, when I go lay down. The harassment gets louder, the threats get more obnoxious, and a lot of times they challenge me to come outside. Like as, to fight or to argue or to whatever, to go outside the house, to the street or to wherever. And this is an everyday thing, an every night occurrence. Now that is the precursor to before you go into dream, or sleep. They're always with the attitude that you better not go lay down, or I'm going to mess with you while you're sleeping. Well, they're going to mess with you anyway. It doesn't matter if they tell you this. You already have to know that. And like I said before, this is for people that understand V2K and remote neural monitoring and have lived with it for a little while with their script, with their scenario, their agenda, whatever you want to call it. So they'll get more aggressive. They'll have a storyline that they're going to throw at you about, come on, I want to fight you, or I want you to argue, or they want to lay there want you to lay there and listen to them present themselves as big and tough to their group about, see, he's not coming outside, he's not going to do anything. Well, of course you're not, because you're preparing to go to sleep. You could give two shits about these assholes. You understand? And of course they know this, but they're not presenting that to the people that they're spewing their crap at about you. Now, understanding that, as you start to fall asleep, they'll be talking, they'll be screaming or whatever, are arguing at you, yelling at you, and the conversation will be such that one of the actors in their double chat, whatever, the one where, however, see, this is my understanding of how the cause and effect of how they do it. Now, what programs they use, Discord, whatever they're doing to present their show, if it's on a YouTube or whatever platform. They have two windows open. I'm sure of this. One is with you and a few of them in the one chat, where they're trying to gaslight you, get you to say anything so they can transpose what, using your voice or your demeanor into the other chat where the whole list of other people is, using the actor that will add to or take away what you've been thinking, because you're laying there in bed and you're not speaking whatsoever. Your eyes are closed, you're trying to fall asleep, and they are running their game. So if you say, oh, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to go to sleep, they're going to change it to something else and run a whole spiel after that. Once they've got you started, they're going to say, see, he said that to me, or he's saying this, see, he's talking to us. When you're not. Your mouth isn't moving. You're not trying to converse with these people. You're not on any devices. You're laying in your bed trying to sleep. And they're using remote neural monitoring, and you're connected to their whatever computer, whichever one of them is running this stream and manipulating the whole scenario via two windows, because you're not hearing anything that they're really saying to the people in the other chat. You're hearing what they're saying to you, which is usually demeaning, detrimental, curse words. But in the other chat, they're going to try and present themselves as goody two shoes, and they're probably not cursing. They're probably not saying anything bad about you per se to the people that they're presenting you as, and making it sound like you're the bad guy, like you're saying the N word, or you're saying F you all the time, or you're talking about killing them, or whatever they want to convey to the public. You're in the one chat, not doing shit, but they have an actor and they're presenting themselves as you, saying all kinds of horrible shit. While they pretend that they're, religious, or they're nice people, or they're wonderful. See, I'm an angel, I'm not doing anything, blah blah blah. He's doing this to us, da 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 da. And it's always a large group of them saying you're doing it to them. Now this is at the beginning of you going to sleep. This is just the scenario that I'm presenting here. And I have to deal with this every night, which some of you probably do if you're a target and they're playing the same game with you. So, as you fall asleep, because you're tired of it, you're done trying to, worry about it. Anyway, as you're falling asleep, now what I am getting at is you're going into to your sleep. You're going to sleep. They're you're not trying to talk to them. You're not trying to converse to them, but they will use that and present it as though you're sitting on a computer with them in the chat room. You're linked to them somehow. They're not telling people that they've got you on remote neural monitoring. They're not going to tell them that. They're going to tell them you're in a chat room with them, or you're doing whatever the hell they're doing, when you're not, because you're not connected to a device. You're trying to go to sleep. You're not on a phone. You're not on a computer. You're not doing anything with these scumbags. So, that being said, while you're sleeping, this is where the fake dreams come in, where they implant the dreams with the R&M. And the scenarios that they'll present. Using AR or VR, augmented reality or virtual reality. That's where the virtual reality comes in to make it seem like it's realistic. They'll make scenarios like where you're having sex with someone, or you're just it would seem mundane, because some of the memories of these baked dreams that they ran, which are very vivid, unlike real dreams. They're very vivid because they're being implanted like a video game or a movie. And in general, it's through your eyes. That's why I say it's being manipulated via your visual cortex. It's not like you're looking at yourself and others from above or away. It's through your eyes. through your visual cortex is what they're doing. So basically, like being John Malkovich, how when Cameron Diaz and whoever are being John Malkovich, looking through John Malkovich's eyes in the movie and going through his life. That is what they do. You're not seeing you. They're not seeing you. They're seeing the people that they put in your dreams, like Wendy Williams, who they put in one of my dreams, Keanu Reeves, David Hasselhoff, porn stars, just people, even the perps, okay, like my neighbor perp over here, and my next door neighbor perp, and the manager of the trailer park has had one to make themselves look goody two shoes. One was mundane, where he's supposed to be over here watering my lawn and doing stuff around the yard, and um, which is entire bullshit. And another one where I'm in a park, a park, not a trailer park, a park, like as in a park where there's swing sets and children running around and whatever. And there's this water fountain, like, that has where people had put their wallets, like anybody would put their wallets in a pile, with change and money in them. And I'm looking in the wallets, dumping out the change onto the ground and whatever, like I'm going to touch them in the first place. And then here's Rhonda Bujanowski walking along with somebody. Oh, he's a horrible person. Look at him. He's a scumbag. That's the type of shit they do. Or it's, that's what I'm getting at. Those manipulative scenarios that they implant they're showing to their viewers through your eyes. Yes, you'll see them, you'll see the perps, you'll see the people that are part of it, and and unless you already know who they are, you wouldn't know that they're a perpetrator to you because you don't know them. But these people I know. These people that they are doing this with me, doing this to me with, are implanting themselves in they're implanting themselves in the fake dreams that they implant with R&M. Yeah, I know, science fiction, right? It sounds like science fiction. Well, if you're a target and you've experienced it, you know full well I'm not bullshitting you one bit. And then there's another one. I'm on a bus. I'm sitting on a bus. And then there's Colleen, the other neighbor. She's all spread out, got her vagina out and banging herself, and covers her face in the middle of between the seats. And it's like the things they do are disgusting. Sometimes some of the stuff they do is disgusting. And then there's another one that they tried to do where I'm in like a group of trailers, like camper trailers, and it's like a wooded area, and all of a sudden we're attacked with dinosaurs, which was designed to show whether I was, whether I would get afraid or not. Well, I didn't get afraid. I stood behind a tree and watched the dinosaur as it tried to eat people, and then it came over to mess with me, and then the dream was over. But because I woke up, they will wake you up at points. Well, sometimes they don't know I'm awake completely, and they'll be talking some crap about me, saying like, oh, he's a criminal, look at what he's doing right here, look at this right here, look at that, look at this. And I'll wake up and say, eat shit, you disgusting scumbag. And they're like, oh no, he's awake. Yeah, and that shit happens. So that's part of the dreams and the manipulation where they input perps. Now, I'm not absolutely certain about the extent of how many perps there are in my own case. I have an idea that since I have found videos of mine that they have recorded and put on other sites that had 2.6 million views, and I have gotten out of one of the perps that they invite people to watch. It's not like it's readily available, something that you can search for or look for. They're always private. The streams are private and invitation only. They're not going to broadcast this shit on Twitter or Instagram or Reddit or YouTube in a public setting. It's going to be private. And it's only going to be to people that they feel that are going to, you know, perpetuate their crap. So um in that respect, it's only logical that the number of people is, you know, limited to perps. Um, or in a setting such as like a mesh network where they can be invited and only view it and not have to worry about being busted by, you know, a terms of service or codes of conduct or certain things that they say or do, or, you know, visual material, copyright infringement, that stuff. So basically this topic is for targeted individuals who understand that, you know, they're living with that, and that over the years, using critical thinking and cause and effect and research and investigation and just living it, I understand that's what they're doing. That they're they're presenting you with actors. They have you personally under surveillance in one window or one chat, and are presenting you to others in another chat in a deep fake scenario. That's what I've come up with. I understand people think that they're demons, they're aliens, or whatever government entities. The reality is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter what group it is. What mattered is that there is a group. There's a group of people conspiring to do these things to innocent people. I don't care per se if you personally were in prison 20 years ago and you got out and paid your debt to society and whatever, however you're living your life. If you haven't been harming someone, if you didn't do anything to these people, even if you said something in an offhanded comment to somebody that is tied to these people, it does not equate to a right to put you on a targeted list and punish and torment people for the rest of their life. It doesn't equate. I don't give a fuck what your ideology is behind it. I don't give a flying fuck what your beef is. Do you understand? All I know is what you're doing right now to people that didn't do anything to you, didn't cause you any harm, but you, the gang stalker, coerce people, conspire with other people, and are using people like pieces of meat for your own personal gain, for whatever profit. I I haven't discerned exactly why this program started in the first place, but I will. I will find out. I will find out sooner or later. I have ideas, but like I said, I don't present speculation as fact unless I have a little bit of logical evidence behind it. I mean, I'm not going to say aliens. I'm not going to say demons. I'm not going to say religious groups, government, unless I have evidence. And I mean actual pertinent, tangible evidence. Now, when I speak about my personal experiences, I don't really need tangible evidence there because I'm living it. I understand it and I can present it in a fashion that is understandable in layman's terms. Like Einstein said, if you can't explain it in simple terms, you don't understand it well enough. So I'm not trying to talk down to anybody when I try to say, oh, maybe you don't get this or maybe you don't get that. I'm not trying to be obnoxious with that. I'm just trying to make sure that anyone, anyone with ears and eyes can understand. Now, I'm not trying to use big words. I'm not trying to use technical jibber jabber. So when I tell you that they're using remote neural monitoring, they're using your visual cortex, they're using your auditory nerves, your nervous system, and accessing your memories, your life essence, your life basically, your passwords. They're doing all of this through your visual cortex because that's the area of your brain where you dream, where you picture things, where you visualize, where you see everything that you've ever seen in your life. Or when you pull a memory from the occipital lobe, it comes to your visual cortex for you to visualize. So as these people connect to you via EMF, EEG, EKG, and scan you into this system where they read your delta waves, your theta waves, your alpha waves in different succession as to create different emotional responses and glean other information. So when you're dreaming, when you dream, you are in a delta wave state. Your brain is in a delta wave state. That's when you're actively dreaming. And you're transmitting that. It may, it's in your EMF that you're transmitting that, and they can connect to that because they've already got connection with your EMF. So be it a graph, be it the graph that they see, and they can decipher that data in real time with AI, VR, AR programming. They can see what you see in real time, and they can manipulate it in real time. They don't need a Neuralink. They don't need electrodes jabbed into your fucking spinal column. They don't need any of that shit. Okay, that's it. I, I'm telling you. I'm telling you through research, evidence, patents, evidence of devices that have been created since the 70s. Now they've advanced. They've advanced these technologies. They've advanced them over the years to where it's it's just ridiculously simple now. Any monkey can fucking push the button and do it. They can make you sleep. They can make you be awake. They can make you hear things that aren't there. They can make you see things that aren't there because they're connected to your brain. Transmitter receiver function. They've got it. Okay. I'm not going to argue with anybody. I have people coming in here telling me, oh, you have to have an implant for that. That was in the fucking 80s and 70s, dude. Wake the fuck up. So they can manipulate your dreams. They can manipulate things you see even while you are awake. They can make it feel like someone's saying something about you right in front of your face. I've heard the people say, "Oh, they made him look like a demon, or he looked like a reptile, or blah." That's RNM. That's remote neural monitoring modulation. It's not a hologram. You're seeing it. It's being done to you in your visual cortex. Other people aren't seeing the shit. You're seeing it because they're manipulating your visual cortex. You are seeing it. It's not a fucking hologram. It looks like it could be. Looks like it's there, but it's not. I'm going to end on that because that's where it's at. You have a good night.